The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's been a hard day on the tools. Lads haven't even had a chance to talk about.
Busking.
At school, we've been learning a lot of pointless dribble. Finally, I get to learn about
Busking.
It's been a hard day being Kerry Ann Kennelly too, and thank God it's 3 o'clock and I can concentrate on one thing.
The show starts soon, guys. Get round. Busking.
Thank you, Hamish and Andy's happy hour.
No worries. Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you for another happy hour. One topic per day on this show, and your key in is by emailing hamishandy.com/topics on the topic today of busking.
Busking, and we will not... I don't know if we've actually got any buskers on the show, apart from myself. I, of course, busked
Well, so is Jack and so have I.
in my earlier days. But I did it as a child.
Yeah, so did I.
What did you do?
I played trumpet.
Oh, that was more sort of get out of the house and put a hat out. Whereas I had a circus skill. Ando, not only do we have a bit of that, we've got Quincy Jones.
Who's Quincy Jones?
He's a guy that's emailed into the show under the alias of Quincy Jones.
Yep.
And I think you're going to enjoy what Quincy's got to say in roughly 10 minutes' time.
Happy chappy Dan Ham, and this was kicked us off this happy hour. He emailed in, amongst many other people, saying, busking, it's tough to throw a sickie.
It is tough to throw a sickie if you're a busker. Got to work every day almost.
Exactly, because if you don't go to work, you don't lay out the hat, you don't get paid, or so you would think. But, Haim, you and I want to trial a theory.
Here's an exciting new experiment. We're going to leave the studio now. We're going to play you a song. When we come back, we'll be on the street, ready to trial ghost busking.
Yes.
Which is just putting the hat out and then leaving it for an hour and going back to see how we go. But there's more to it than that.
Straight after this, we'll be out in the street. The happy hour, Hamish and Andy with you. We are down on the street, Ham. Obviously, one topic per day on the happy hour. We're thanking Old El Paso always.
We've just come down to the streets to tell people about Old El Paso and spread the good word. But we're also down here for a busking test, Ando.
Yep. A lot of people, obviously, today's topic, one topic per day, is busking. A lot of people emailed in, particularly Dan, saying that it's hard for a busker to have a sickie. If you pull a sickie, your normal work, you still get paid. But obviously, as a busker, you do not.
And what we've come up with, do you know, if we pull this off, this is going to be fantastic because the hardest thing about busking, and we've, as discussed in the opening of the show, we've both busked. The hardest thing is keeping the flow up.
Yeah.
And it seems like what seems like an easy gig is actually quite a lot of work out on the street, performing the same thing over and over. So what we've come up with is something called ghost busking. Now, ghost busking is the principle that we've got the bucket, we've got a guitar, we're just going to rest against the wall, and we're going to make a sign that, what should the sign say? Just something along the lines of...
Well, we'll get to that. We've got to get to our opener first.
Oh, sorry, the ghost busking.
You're a street music player, but you don't want to stay here. What you going to become? A ghost busker!
Yes, now we can get into it. Yes.
So here's how we ghost busk. Let's put the guitar against the wall.
Okay, so we'll pretend we've got a black
guitar now.
relatively good guitar, a busking bucket.
Put the bucket out.
We've gone for that more than a hat.
Now we're going to make a sign
Yes.
that just says, what do we want it to say?
I think we say maybe up to late.
Hey, what about this? I just wrote busker up the top with an exclamation mark. So that gets people going, okay, there should be a busker here normally.
Yeah, maybe up late.
Up all night.
Up all night watching sport, so have pulled a sickie.
Sport.
Please still give generously to the 10.
Yeah.
Will that fit?
Come down to Skin Nutrition.
Thank you. We'd love to come down to Skin Nutrition later on. We're just in the middle of the radio show.
Try some Old El Paso too while we're trading sponsor names. So please still
give generously. Is nice. Yeah, well done. Good touch. To the 10. Now,
I don't even think we need to say to the 10, but maybe just go and imagine music.
Yeah, that's nice.
So they still get the same experience.
Yep. And then we'll stick that just... If I use this tape here...
What about this? And imagine music or enjoy peace and quiet. Some people might like.
Yeah, that's nice.
To not have.
And we're
music
probably in a prime spot, you'd say as well. Here, we're just to the entrance of the food court, cul-de-sac. So prime.
You don't need a busking license if you're not there.
Yeah, it's true. It's prime real
Just tape that sign to the wall.
A bit more tape.
Oh, come off the wall.
It's true. You need to get a lot more tape on it, I feel.
If you've just tuned in, we're in the middle of ghost busking.
Yeah.
This is where we're taping a sign to the wall, which just sort of explains why we're not here busking, but then we're leaving a guitar against the wall. I guess that adds credibility. Is that what we're doing with the guitar? And then we're just going to leave a bucket and see how much cash we get at the end by the end of the show.
Yeah.
We've accidentally chosen sellotape.
It's not the best form of sticking
At all.
That's all right.
We've got to get to a song. All right, here's what we do.
But we put some coins in, because it always starts with some coins. Put a note in.
People nick.
I'm
not putting $2 in. 10.
Put a note in, Ham.
I'm not putting a note in.
Well, it's because people obviously...
I've still got a note from Bangkok.
No, don't put real money in.
No.
All right, we'll be back, everybody.
What happened to Australian money?
It's the happy hour. Hamish and Andy with you. We'll check on this right at the end of the show.
Baht in. That's $3. And as promised, there was a talk at the start of the show that we might have Quincy Bones. An email from Quincy Bones.
Okay.
Valuable and happy chappy.
And my words echoed that of many in cars, which is, who is Quincy Bones?
Great question, Ando. Quincy Bones, not sure if he's contacted the show before, but he is an international member of our family, of the extended Happy Hour family, a Happy Hour ambassador. He is currently living in Chile.
Oh, nice.
And in regards to busking, I get the picture he paints of Chile is there's a lot of buskers.
Yeah, right.
Jugglers, rappers.
Whereabouts in Chile?
Puppeteers. Santiago,
okay.
Santiago. They're everywhere. They're always at traffic lights, he says. On the bus. They come on the bus and start busking at you.
Right.
Even Buzz. This is where it gets exciting, because then Quincy goes, my mate's got a lassie dog that has a talent I think we could exploit for money. See attached photo, and I'm going to show you in a second. Mm-hmm. As you can see, the dog has a striking resemblance to blank. Now, he's written it here, but I'm not going to say it, because I think this dog looks so much like the person he has mentioned that if you agree, then, we officially are telling Quincy, who I think obviously podcasts the show, that's how he's hearing this in Chile, then we can say to Quincy, on behalf of the People's Show, yes, you have your Buskers license from us to parade this dog around saying it looks like a celebrity.
So you're going to show me the picture, and if I guess...
We are moments away from you seeing the picture.
And if
live on radio
is accurate...
Yep.
Or the same as Quincy Bones' prediction, then we're going to say, yes, go ahead.
Yes.
With
your act.
So can I just ask, it looks like... like a human celebrity.
That's right. It's it's a lassie kind of dog
that looks like a human.
Like a human celebrity. Yes, it's not the celebrity's not lassie. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, oh wow, the dog looks like a lassie.
Yeah, sure.
It's not a horse that looks like Mr. Ed.
Well, it can't be John Candy because
you could get a pug that looks like John Candy.
I know, but you're saying it's a lassie type dog.
Okay,
so I'm in my head. I'm sitting there going like it's not John Hamm. You know, it's not Justin Bieber.
Could be John Hamm.
He's a bit.
If you got John Hamm's eyes on a lassie, it would look you would recognise that as John Hamm.
Okay, we'll set the tone here.
Guys,
there is a bit of a drone happening because this is an important call.
Andy is minutes away. And correction to an apology for earlier in the show. I think I said Quincy Jones, and it is Quincy Bones.
Sorry.
Sorry, Squints. All right, here we go.
Bones.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Knick, knack, paddywhack. Who does this dog look like?
Okay, I'm looking at it now. I didn't want to jump out straight. There's one actually that jumps out.
What is it?
A little bit to me.
Yep. Who?
He'd I really want to get this right for Quincy. If he had greyer hair these days.
Oh, this is incredible. Don't tell me.
Richard Gere.
Oh my God, you've got it! It doesn't look like Richard Gere!
It's the closer eyes!
It's the eyes! It's a dog that looks like Richard Gere! Squincy, you son of a gun! You've got it! You've got the right to busk with your Richard Gere lookalike dog your friend owns!
What we should do then...
we'll put it on the website.
But why don't we put up 3 different dogs on the website and people have to pick the one that looks like Richard Gere?
Plus, as an additional website bonus, we are now starting a gallery of dogs that look like celebrities. And if you've got an amazing one, then you too might get a gold-coloured watch that Quincy's getting, because that's one of the secret 19 ways to get a gold-coloured watch, is to have a friend that has a dog that looks like a celebrity. That's two of the secret ways now revealed, the two of the 19.
The other one obviously being if you give us the rights to one of your animated characters. It's the happy hour at Hamish and Andy.
Wow, well done, Quincy.
Ham, our busking experiment, our Ghost Buskers, is still outside at the moment.
I don't like the chances for Ghost Buskers.
No.
A lot of...
Can you make money by not even turning up?
That was our idea.
We all get a chance to throw a sickie, which means we still get paid and we just have a sick day. Buskers don't get that. So we've put a guitar out there, the hat or the buckets in front, and a sign up there saying, bit sick, I've gone home.
Gone home, taking the day off. But we left a guitar there to sort of add authenticity. And have people go, oh, yeah, I guess there could be a busker there normally. Encouraging people still to donate money. The risk we're taking is when we go down at the end of today's show, is it possible that the guitar, the bucket, and even the sign might have been stolen, although that's a real kick in the pants because no one else would have a use for that sign. Here's another story, Ando, of busking gone wrong.
If that turns out to be the case for us.
True.
Yes.
I'm not going to get our hopes down too far.
Yeah, don't want to moz it.
Happy Chappy Jeff, he's written in, I thought he was worth a call back because this is a tale of woe from a guy that got creative being a busker. I reckon if I gave you 100 guesses at what Jeff did to busk, you wouldn't guess.
Okay.
It's outside the realms of your normal busker. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Set the scene, Jeff. Whereabouts are you busking in the world? I understand that you're in Canada at the moment.
I am in Canada, and I was busking last week for the first time, and it was at a music festival.
Yeah,
Great. And so what propelled you to busk?
Did
Was
it
it
have-
talent first and then thinking of the money, or was it money first, then got to come up with the talent?
It was talent first. I had this talent for many years, and then I had busking on my bucket list, and I was like, you know what, I got to do it.
Yep.
And I just went out and did it.
So what was the talent? My guess is it involves stilts.
You know what's pretty close? It has to do with balance. You're very close.
Okay.
So what I did was I took a rope, and I put it in a circle, and then I stood inside the circle, and I had a jar, which was taped on top of a stick.
Yep.
And then I balanced that on my face and encouraged people to try and throw money into the jar. But if their money landed in the circle, then I got to keep it.
Oh, great. So
Are
if
you
they
allowed-
miss their
yeah,
jar,
right.
and if it lands in the circle so where the rope is set up, you keep their money. How small was the jar lid, and what were they winning if they got their money in the jar?
Well, the jar lid was probably as big as about a beer mug, about that size. And if they won, I gave them these little handmade guitar picks that I'd made because it was a music festival.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
really good. Now,
So how's this gone wrong? This sounds like a perfect idea.
You know what? It sounded like that at the beginning, and I thought it was going to go really well. But the thing I didn't think of was that while I'm doing this, I'm looking up the entire time.
Yeah.
So I can't watch everybody else, right?
Yeah.
So what had happened was about 5 little kids came over there, maybe about 5 or 6 years old, and they didn't understand what was going on. All they saw was all this money all over the ground.
and so,
they just
conveniently
swarmed me.
collected in a circle as well.
Absolutely. I just got swarmed with these kids, and they just started filling their pockets. They thought they'd hit some sort of jackpot.
So you essentially got mugged by 5-year-olds.
Pretty much, I was the victim of a heist, and it hurt.
Sort of just like a really passive mugging. We're going to steal
Yes,
literally from
absolutely.
under your nose, and you don't know what's happening. So total take from the day, do we even dare ask?
You know what? I would say they maybe took half of what I made, and I would guess around $10.
Oh, yeah, right.
So what else is on the bucket list?
It was, you know what? I had winning something on the radio on the bucket list, but I'll take this.
Oh, that's nice.
Fantastic.
Guess what?
Well, you might have got yourself a coaster.
Yeah.
A happy hour
Well, I
coaster.
got- Oh, you guys, thank you very much.
Wow, we've already given away a gold-coloured watch today, so we can't go mental with that.
Okay.
Got to really put the reins on there.
And Jeff, it's going to cost us to send it to Canada, so obviously the
Okay.
extra weight with the watch, way too much. But
They're very good
Absolutely, I
coaster.
understand.
The printing's exquisite on one side, obviously. One side printing.
Wow.
thanks
I
so
look
much.
very forward to seeing it.
Thanks, Jeff,
not
for
that
joining us, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
Have a good one,
mate.
guys.
Hey, today it's all about busking. You said you used to busk back in the day.
And for 2 consecutive weekends, I was the incredible masked juggler. Or maybe I was the unmasked juggler, yeah, I think, because I couldn't find a mask.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, part of my act involved eating something and the mask didn't work. Obstructed my mouth.
Did you go with the incredible unmasked juggler?
Juggler.
Okay.
Just needed a name.
Yeah.
I was only 11.
Mm-hmm.
What I've got for you today, I realise we've been friends for a really long time, since we were 19, but you missed this key part of my life. You never got to see me juggle.
I've
Never got
seen
to
you
see me
juggle.
do my act. No, not my act.
Okay.
The act was 2 lemons and an apple.
Yep.
And I'd eat the apple as it was going round. So I had to take very fast bites. I probably went through about 5 apples in an hour, and I quit after 2 weekends because my money, what I was breaking in, couldn't quite cover my apple costs.
Okay, sure.
So I unfortunately had a bad business model. But I'd be interested to see what you thought the act was worth. As a best friend,
Do it for 20 seconds.
and however much dollars I make in that 20 seconds, times it by, was that 180 to get how much I would be earning an hour.
An hour, yep.
Okay.
Time starts now.
Hi everyone, I'm the incredible unmasked juggler. 2 lemons and an apple, as you can see, regular kitchen items.
Yep.
Okay, as the apple goes around,
He's juggling.
take a bite of the apple.
Yeah.
Just been a little while since I did this. So,
Not bad. Look, to be honest, it's a C plus. If I saw an adult doing it, I'd give them no money. And if I saw a 10-year-old doing it, I'd give them 20 cents.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so you've made 20 cents, times it by 180. So what's that, $36 an hour, is it?
Yeah, probably. That's huge money for a kid.
Yeah.
I think I only had about $4. As you can see.
Did you look as panicked back then when you
Yeah, and I was sick towards the end of the hour too because I'd eaten 5 apples.
We will see how that stacks up against our ghost busking ham, where we've set up a sign instead of a busker downstairs in
Ghost
about
busking
15 minutes time.
It's a lot easier than what I'm doing out.
I want to go off topic for just a second
Only once.
because the awkward horn hasn't come out for a bit.
Sure.
Obviously,
Is that awkward in itself that we've neglected the awkward horn?
No. I mean, if we recognise that we're all happy enough that it's still there, it's still part of the repertoire. People who don't know what this is. You and I always thought it'd be nice to have a conch.
Yeah.
Kind of the end of a horn. So if something awkward came up and there was that silence, you could simply reach in your satchel and pull out a horn and blow it. And everyone goes, "Oh, nice conch."
Oh, where'd you get that satchel from, too?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting choice of bag.
So this is how the awkward horn sounds.
Very clean conch.
Yeah.
True, if you've ever played a conch, you know that it's a real treat to get that crisper note out of one.
It's true. Yeah, something that you did get meaning out of when you got a conch.
I have a horn. I have a hollowed-out cow's horn, a Viking horn,
Hmm.
and I enjoy very much. Similar skill to a conch.
Ham, I needed it. Friday night, settling in for a night of footy.
Party night.
Went to the bottle shop.
Here we go.
Got myself a couple of slabs of beer.
It is your right, well, I hope you were meeting friends, but I'm just going to say it was your right to do that. You're a grown-up. You work hard for the money.
Yes.
And why not enjoy responsibly a crisp beverage on a Friday night?
Crisp
so far,
2 slabs.
no awkwardness. Unless it is, and I was sat home by myself.
No. When paying for the 2 slabs of beer, the guys giving him my card. We're putting it on credit. Had the chip in it, so he's put the card in the thing. He said, "Pin or sign."
Fantastic. So far, it sounds like a wonderful transaction and something really, cost time-wise, happy to do it. I mean, you're going to get your beers, you're going to go out, you're going to see some friends and watch some footy.
I said, "I'll pin it, mate. Don't need a receipt."
Fantastic.
And he's like, "Not a problem. Tell you what, though, I will get you to sign." And pushed a brown paper bag that you put the wine in there and put a pen out in front of me. And I'm like, oh, okay. He just wants a signature.
Classic I am Andy Lee is no doubt a phrase that appears from time to time and you're in a monologue.
Not true.
I might have a swear word between Andy and Lee.
So a pen, the brown paper bag's there while he's finishing up the transaction. I'm looking at him going, okay. So I wrote, "Cheers, more beers."
Yep.
And
you've met the man. You've met the legend. Remember this forever. Andy Lee.
and just kind of left it there. He went, "What are you doing?" I said, "What do you mean? What am I doing?" And he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well,
I'm giving you the thrill of your life." What do you think I'm doing?
I said,
if I was in your position, mate, I'd start remembering this and
you said,
stop acting so cool.
He goes, "Well, I asked you for." He said, "The pin's not working on this machine, so I'll need you to sign." That was what was going through my head, Ham. And I'm thinking, why the hell's he giving me a bag? But he's giving me the brown paper bag, Ham, because he said the pen works better on a paper surface, not on the wood.
Wood, yeah. And you interpreted that as...
Sign my bag.
I'm your biggest fan. I want to take this straight to Planet Hollywood. I can't believe I've met Andy Lee.
It's Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour. Stick around straight after this. We've got to get back out, Ham, on the street and find out.
Keep that awkward horn handy.
Whether Ghost Buskers has worked, whether they're not actually turning up to work as a busker, but leaving a sign explaining so can earn you any money whatsoever.
It could really be us walking downstairs to find out that our guitar, our money, and our sign's been stolen.
Hamish and Andy's Happy Hour. We are in the lift. We've stuffed this up the timing.
Well, here's the thing, Ando. One topic a day on the Happy Hour.
Yeah.
Today's topic is busking. At the start of the show, we set up an experiment outside
Yeah.
called Ghost Buskers.
Yes, here's the opener.
You're a street music player, but you don't want to stay here. What you gonna become? A ghost busker!
Where we got that away twice.
That's nice.
We set up a guitar
Yeah.
and just a bucket and a sign. A guitar just resting against a wall, bucket in front of it, sign that said busker. So I was up all night watching sport. I've taken a sickie.
Well, it's just unfair that we can all take sickies and just call in and still get paid. Buskers can't. So we wondered whether that is in fact the case. Maybe they could actually still make money by just putting up a sign and leaving the bucket out.
So it's the bucket's outside, the
We are making
guitar's outside. We're walking outside now to see how much money we've got. Will be, oh my God. Still there, the signs come down.
signs come down.
And someone's kicked over the guitar. Holy!
There is.
Got a cigarette?
Got a cigarette? $3.
Has someone...
Someone weed in that? Is that weed?
Is that weed?
That's weed.
Someone peed in our bucket.
Oh no. You can smell it. Doesn't smell like weed, but
Someone's poured water in. Did it rain?
I'm not sure if it rained, but it's...
We got $3.75.
The cigarette smell is
overpowering, isn't it?
It's masking, might be masking
Kind
what
of thing
could
you do.
be
Well,
a
I tell
very...
you what, though, to be honest, they've had a...
Would you
they've been
put-
drinking a lot of water today because it's a very clear weed.
Yeah, well, it might not be weed, but it does look a bit... I mean, with $3... What is it? $3.75? Was that
I mean,
enough?
you've got to
to
weigh up what if I put my hand in weed
someone-
versus...
$3.75. Yeah, grab it.
Just get that out. There we go. Oh, what a shame. I've only got the silvers out.
Yeah, that's all
Hand
right.
in weed. Hand in weed.
Potential
No, it's
weed.
probably not weed. I mean, it's just got... Someone's just poured...
No one's stolen the guitar, and the sign had fallen over. So we didn't even maximise the time potentially.
and
I mean, that could have been within the first 5 minutes.
We've got $3.75. We're standing outside Coles. Well, let's go inside and buy some disinfectant hand wipes and then we'll split whatever's left.
Which I don't think will be a lot. So we've got time for this happy hour. Not a bad little finding though.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. It works, everyone.
Pop up a sign in a bucket. I wonder how many you can do.
HamishAndy.com to see the sign and the guitar. Other great stuff. The podcast is also there.
Sometimes we really do put up some real sloppy photos at the website. If you'd like to see a guitar lying on a street, we're the only website offering that today.
We'll catch you next time.
Have a good one.